Hi, Assalamualaikum. Today we will explain about our project. It is a library management system. Before we start, this is our team members. It's me, Muhammad Yusuf Hamidun. We have Auni Umairah. We have Zarik Azimi. We have Koyim. Okay, next, this is the UML. We have user class, library item management class, interface. We have borrowable class, book class, and library item class. Okay. Next, before we explain the coding, this is book class. This is borrowable class. This is library item class. And this is a library item manager class. And this is a user class. And this is the library management system. And all right, right now I will show you how it works. First, please fill your information before borrowing a book. First name, I put my name. ID 123, program BIOT, title membaca, date. Okay, so this is output, and it will save in info.txt and data.txt. Okay, let's start the explanation coding.
So from the book class, it implements a borrowable interface. The borrowable interface also include methods related to borrowing and returning items. The constructor for the book class is present and it calls the superclass constructor. That is super title date to initialize the title and date using the constructor of the library item class. The display info is overridden method in the book class to display book information. It is used this to string to get a string representation of the book object and prints the output. So next for the borrowable class, as we can see from the book class, the borrowable interface is declared at the beginning. It declares a method borrow item user that must be implemented by any class that wants to be borrowable. So here's the part of the code where class implements the borrowable interface, that is borrowable class. The borrow item method is implemented in the book class to specify how borrowing should work for a book. It's invoked when a user borrows a book as demonstrated in the library item management class. So next I will pass to my next teammates.
So for the library item is an abstract class that is the base for items like books in a library. Uh, this is an abstract class that serves as a base for different types of library items. It has three protected attributes: title, date, and borrower. It includes a constructor to set the title and date, getter methods for this attribute, and abstract method, which is display for displaying item information. A borrow item method to assign the item to a user, and to string method to return a string representation of the library item. So next, for the library item manager. Library item manager class that manage users and items in the library, including functionality for adding users, items, and handling the borrowing of items. It has arrays to store user objects and library objects, as well as counters for the number of users and items. It includes methods to add users and items to the library, retrieve the arrays of users and items, and a method borrow item and library item that allows a user to borrow an item. This method checks if the user and the item are part of the library before proceeding with the borrowing. So my teammates will continue on the next slides.
User information will be stored, and such as the student name, student ID, and program. This coding will retrieve the student name, retrieve the student ID, and retrieve the student program. Next is the library management system. My library management system where all the output will be printed out. Okay, if you can see the line 12 and 13 is where the declaration is, student ID, student name, program, title, date, and line. Okay, this is where this coding also will create 10 maximum size of 10 of library item management manager. Okay, this is how the coding print out the information after the user key in their information. Okay, name, ID, program, title, book, and date. Okay, this is the where write user and book to the file database data txt. All the data that user input will be write in data txt. If the user do not if the file cannot be found, this error will be come out. The file data txt is not found. Okay, this coding will read each record from data txt and print it to the file info txt. This is how they will print out the file where they will print out info txt. This is the borrow item. Borrowed an item, try to borrow the same item again and display update item information. And this is the last of the part of the coding method to paste the line and print it to the file. This is where they will print out the user information and the book if it's available, and if it's not, it will uh, print out error pasting line. Thank you. That's all.